Guys, today we're with one of Australia's most inspiring and influential entrepreneurs, businessmen, investors, underwear models. This guy is amazing. This is Jack Delosa. Is it Delosa? Is that how people say your last name?
Delosa.
Delosa.
Yeah.
So when you type in Jack Delosa in Google, lots of things come up, Jack. I mean, I don't know if you ever type your name in Google, let's be honest, but in image searches, no, you weren't prepared with this. Now, there's lots of things that come
Usually
up.
People don't get to it in the first question, you know. Usually they ease into it. There's a progression that occurs.
No, we're young and free here, mate. We go. No, but there's a point to my madness, because you type in Jack Delosa and lots of words come up. It's like millionaire, like TED Talk, CEO. Pretty much, there's lots of things to describe you, and you couldn't really pin it down to one thing. Let's go back to the start in school for you. Where were you? We look at you now and type your name in and see this guy. But what were you like in high school?
Yeah, high school never agreed with me, and I never really agreed with high school. I was never a very good student in an academic sense. You know, and I love the work that you do, right? Because so often it's the young adults or the kids that don't fit into the academic classroom that have something truly unique and special to offer the world. It's just that the classroom doesn't bring it out of them. And then I think there's, really large sort of cultural paradigms in that, okay, well, if you're not going to go to university and become an accountant or a lawyer, then you'll go do a trade. Yeah. It's like there's two choices in life and they're it. And it's like, man, the world changed a long time ago, and, the system needs to catch up. And our cultural thinking needs to catch up. And so what I suggest is, I did go to university. I did a comm law degree for a minute and dropped out because, again, it was just too slow and theoretical, and I couldn't see how I was ever going to apply it.
Yeah.
And so I went and started my first business, which is a business call center. And in hindsight, I sort of view my first 2 or 3 years in business as my apprenticeship, right? It was a self-driven, self-initiated apprenticeship. I wasn't doing it with anybody else. So I was doing it running my own business, learning the mistakes, learning through trial and error, trying to engage, with people that knew what they were doing, and learning as much as possible. And so I think for young people who are out there who are thinking, school's not for me, therefore what do I do? A couple of things. First thing, you need to realise that when you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you're not supposed to know what you want to do for the rest of your life, right? That's another very unproductive, unhelpful paradigm that I think the traditional education system brings. It's just not aligned to reality. You just don't know at that age. And so what do you do in that instance is you go and you experience different things. Go travelling. Go work for different companies, work for different people, make different friends, just taste lots and lots and lots of different things. And as you do that, you'll learn more about who you are, you'll develop more about who you are, and the path in terms of what you then want to do will become clearer.
That's really cool. With the call center, your first business, how old were you?
18 when we started.
18?
Yeah.
So was there any seed of interest about doing business even a little bit younger than that? Were you interested in business as a young guy? Or? Yeah.
Well, my parents ran a not-for-profit when I was 5.
Wow.
And they'd take youth off the street, put them through education programs, then put them into employment. And so I always knew that education was what I wanted to come back to. But and so when I was a teenager, school wasn't for me, but I did have this very natural curiosity, and I wanted to learn more about the world, and I wanted to learn more about politics, and I wanted to learn more about business. I really wanted to learn who influences the world, who sets up the rules, because I never believed all of the rules. You should go to school, and you should go to uni, and you should get married, and there's all these shoulds, and some of them are really good if that's what you want to do, but I just think they shouldn't be absorbed unconsciously.
Love that.
And so I always wanted to come back to education, but I realised that I needed to become an entrepreneur in order to do education well. And so I just wanted business experience, and so I just started the first opportunity that came to me.
Wow, that's amazing. How did it go, just for all the listeners?
Terribly.
Yeah, I remember I started my first business. I was a sole trader when I was 16, and my dad was a CBA financial planner, and I was just a rock star, played music in front of everyone, and he's like, you can't just rely on that, you need to be business savvy. I'm like, okay. So I started teaching my high school teachers guitar at lunchtime, and lots of students are at my own home, and that's where I kind of started. I kind of fell into it as a suggestion from the old man. But I'm like, wow, that's one way to do it.
100%. That's the thing, right? And that points exactly to one of my key philosophies, which is, you know, everyone talks about like find your purpose, follow your purpose. And what does that mean? Yeah. It simply means follow what brings you joy, follow what makes you curious. And so, you know, you're a muso and you love playing guitar, and so that was kind of like an organic next step for you, right? And so if you were to put school to the side, if you were to put academia to the side, if you were to put everything you've ever heard to the side and go, what do I actually love doing? And how could I just do more of that? And don't even worry about how it might become a career initially. Just immerse yourself in it more. Follow your joy, follow your curiosity, and it will lead you to the path that really lights you up.